The market plays ping pong as it bounces back and forth off the PPI catalyst. Who's in control? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that as long as the bulls could hold support above the blue boxes, they had the potential to rally up out of there, and they did just that, dipping down before the PPI catalyst, then raising higher into the close, closing near the highs. Now the question is, does this put the bulls in control? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. Okay, guys, before I jump into the chart, a whole bunch of things to go over here. First, I'm about to be a new dad. I have a baby on the way. My wife could give birth literally any day, so if I am not on YouTube for about a week or so, that is why. Second, we absolutely crushed it again in our room today. We shorted at the open, which you can see on the screen at 6:30 a.m. I put out a put for us to get into the market. We rode it down to the lows, flipped long, as you can see there. We got into on the long side, and you can see that our final stop was about $3.50, absolutely crushing the trade and making a boatload of money for all of the people today. Now, I can tell you about this all day long. I can tell you how great the room is, but it's really not up to me. There was a show called Reading Rainbow, and at the end, LeVar Burton used to say, you don't have to take my word for it, and people who actually did read the books would tell you about them. These are people in the room, guys. You can see the testimonials coming up on the screen here. A lot of really kind words from these folks who are in the room, who are making money, who are changing their lives. One of them said he went from the 95% of people who lose money day in swing trading to the 5% that make money. That's really awesome for me to hear. This is what makes me happy. This is why I do this. When people say, oh, if you know how to trade, why would you share it with everybody? Well, there's a lot of reasons. One, trading's kind of lonely if you do it by yourself. Two, I've been a teacher and a coach my whole life. I like to help people. I like to coach. I was a football coach, a basketball coach. I really enjoy it. 3, it doesn't take away anything to share this knowledge. It's not like there's scarcity in the market. And if I say, I'm going to take a long here and somebody else does, it hurts me. Why not get as many people as much help as you can and share your knowledge? 4, capitalism is a wonderful thing and multiple streams of income are smart. And 5, I want to help people understand how to protect their money and do better. And it's really awesome to see all these testimonials. I am running a huge sale right now to commemorate the launch of our Advanced Elliott Wave course. There's coupon codes at the end of this video. Stay tuned for those. The offer expires on Sunday, so you only have a couple days left. You really need to get in on this. It's absolutely a great deal. Now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart, and just to kind of show you what happened on those trades, we shorted exactly here at the open, rode it all the way down here into the lows, then took our profit once it started to rebound, and we saw what we were getting. Our algo told us to go long, which we did, and we rode it all the way back up and did awesome there as well. So just kind of a recap so you can see on the screen what happened and where we were on those trades. Now, as far as the market goes, they did spike a low right before PPI came out and then went higher, then came back down, tested that low. So as it stands right now, that is a deeper wave 4. It's not my most favorite count. It is not something that I think has slam dunk potential written all over it. And that's why we're cautious right now. We are cautious to both sides. The bears still have a path lower. If you remember yesterday, I said they can make a wave 5 lower, give a bounce, and then come down and break down. That is still very much in play, and we'll talk about those levels here in just 1 second. So off of the high here, okay, you have an A, B, C for wave 4, and then you're starting an A, B, C up here in wave 5, and this would be the bullish count. This would likely be an A wave here. Then you'd look for this kind of move in a BC up to the new highs around 5360 to 5400 if the bulls are going to play out. This area here, this 5270 area up to about 5300 is a really strong resistance area. And they will need to get through 5295, then 5311 to really give us confirmation that they're on their way in the breakout. We could see this A wave come up as high as this B wave or even this wave over here at 5300. But we are looking for this kind of overall move into the highs if you're tracking the bullish count and the move for the bulls. Again, this is not a slam dunk potential. This is not something that I'm saying is definitely happening. This is the bullish potential for the market right now. The bulls have a path for one more high up into that area. And should they continue to follow this path and break through the resistance levels and hold support, then this is the path we would look for. We are above support. We are above the blue box. That does make this a bull market. That means bullish outcomes should be expected first. As we saw today, the bears tried to break it down and failed again, and the bulls pushed it back up. So no surprises when the bulls do these things. Even when I give you a bearish count or a bearish outcome, that is because we are still in a bull market. And until the bears prove they can actually break support, the bulls are in control of this market. Now, the bearish outcome or the bearish path, however you want to count it, is that we've completed a wave A down and we're in a wave B up. In that instance, you could count this as A, B, and C here. And they would want to hold under 52.95. That is the 764 retrace of the entire move down and a very good indicator of where they should be able to hold resistance. Very often when we get past the 764, the market goes ahead and continues to, at the very minimum, test the previous high, or more often than not break through and continue on, even if it's in a move like this. So the bears really want to hold 52.95. I'm going to give them a little bit of leeway because there is good resistance right across here. You have good resistance over here as well as this peak that failed. You have a breakdown here off of this 53.05 level, or I'm sorry, 53.07 level. So I'm going to give them all the way up to 53.07, which is a little higher than the 764. If they can keep it under that and then break down and break today's low, then it's very likely that the bears are going to take control of this market and we're going to see them move down through the blue box. So again, anywhere from where we are exactly right now, because they've gotten to 52.53, which is the 50% retrace, up to the 53.07 level, anywhere between here and there, if the bears can hold and come down and break this low, then it's very likely that we continue down and break the blue box and that the bears come back in control of this market. Now, if they can't do that, if they can't hold, then the bullish path that we talked about is the most likely path, where we're looking for that A, B, C higher into 53.60 to 5400. So a pullback off of this level is very likely in almost any count. How deep that pullback is to be determined based on the overall structure and everything. But a pullback, and then if the bears can follow through, it's obviously going to be bearish to the downside. But if the bulls hold and then can start back higher, we would look for that 53.60 to 5400 level. Over on the NASDAQ, we talked a lot about this yesterday. The NASDAQ was very much on the edge. Their backs were against the wall. I said they could kind of thread the needle here, or we just have a really ugly wave one up in a diagonal. I don't love it. I still don't love it, and they're still not out of the woods just yet. But the NASDAQ did what they had to do, which was defend the lows. And by the way, I put this blue box on the screen way back over here before we ever came into it. And if you don't think that blue box or that support area is important, they came down exactly to it and ripped off of it. They came down into it, ripped off of it. Actually, they ripped up and then came down, tested again, and ripped off of it. Came down to it, ripped off of it. Came down to it, ripped off of it. This blue box is very important to the NASDAQ. The bulls know it's there. Not on my chart. They're not looking at my chart, obviously. But they know that this support level is there, and they know they need to hold it. Because if they don't, they know what will happen, and that's accelerated selling to the downside and a very likely at least intermediate top is in place. So the bulls did their job. They held. And we got to give them the benefit of the doubt because we are above the blue box. So we have a wave one up, a wave two, a wave three right into that resistance area we talked about yesterday, that 18,557 area. On the NASDAQ, I'm giving the bears a little bit of leeway as well. This area right here has been resistance all the way across. So I am going to give them all the way up to 18,615 or so. NASDAQ is famous for deep retraces. So I would give them all the way up to the 18,615 area to 18,625, somewhere in there. They need to hold this resistance. You can see that this resistance has been good all the way across. They held it here, held it here. They held it over here a few times. So this area of resistance, I will give the bears all the way up to 18,625, which again is a little bit above their 764, and look for a turn down in this area. And that would be either a breakdown in this C wave to the downside if we're going to be in the bearish count. So this turn down, if the bears want to take back control, they need to break through this blue box here, and they need to do it in a C wave. So we'd be looking for an impulsive pattern to the downside. We'd be looking for 5 waves to the downside. Or if we're in the bullish count, we would look for a pullback in wave 2, and then 3, 4, and 5 overall. We would be counting this high as 1 of C, 2 of C, 3, 4, and 5 into that 18,850 to 19,129 area. We'll know a little bit more exactly where they're headed when we get a wave 2 pullback, or if we should get a wave 2 pullback. I doubt that they're already in 3 of C here. That would be quite an extended 3 of C, where this is 1 and 2 of C, and then 3 just kind of rally straight higher. It's possible, but I would look for a pullback first off of this resistance area. So I'd look for them to come up into this 18,557, 600 area pullback, and then get 3, 4, and 5 to the upside like that. And we'll know a little bit more on the target, like I said, when we get this wave 2 pullback. So if the bears can pull back and break the blue box, then we look for at least an intermediate top to be in place, if not a major top. If the pullback holds and then the bulls come back and break over whatever high they make, then it's bullish, and we're looking toward that 19,000 area. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Now, I'm going to go over all of these plans, but like I said in the intro, I am running a huge sale that ends Sunday, so you need to get in right now. I'm going to put the coupon codes up on the screen. I'm giving $80 off of the Advanced Elliott Wave course. That's more than half off of this course. It makes it $67. You will never see that price on this course again. That is $80 off using the coupon code, and you can see it right there on the screen, AEW2024. Okay, I'm going to give $30 off of my Elliott Wave for Beginners online course using the code BEGINNER. And if you want both of these courses, I'm giving $80 off of the bundle, which makes it $97 for both of these courses. That means essentially you're getting the advanced course for $30 because you have this course for $67 and then $30 for the advanced course. So this is an incredible deal, $80 off this bundle if you want both courses so that you can learn basic Elliott Wave and then advanced Elliott Wave and understand the market. We'll go through all of that in just a second. And then, guys, the really cool thing, all of this is included in monthly memberships. So you don't have to buy any of these if you just become a monthly member, and I'm giving 15% off of my monthly memberships with the code SPRING15. Again, you can see all these coupon codes on the screen. And if you do want to sign up, then when you do, I'm going to bring my test page over here. All you got to do is click Get the Course or Join Today, whichever one you want. We're going to do the Advanced Elliott Wave. We'll hit Get the Course, and it'll take you to the sign-up screen here. Once you get to the sign-up screen, you scroll down. You enter all your information. Now, to enter the coupon, all the way down here at the bottom, it says Have a Coupon. Click on that Have a Coupon. Put in your coupon code. In this case, it's AEW2024, and hit Enter. You'll see that the coupon was applied successfully. If you scroll back up, you'll see that the price is now $67 with the coupon code. You do that with any of the products you want. Make sure you get that coupon code in there so you get the discount. And then once you select how you want to pay, you'll hit sign up. So if I select pay with credit card, nothing's going to come up here. You hit sign up, and that's where you put in your payment details. So that's how you sign up if you want to do it. Now, in the Advanced Elliott Wave course, okay, we go over all of the complex patterns that the market has. So we have advanced fib levels, diagonals. We have the triple and double threes. We have the triangles. Everything that you see in the market that's as confusing, overlapping, choppy, hard to decipher, all of that stuff is covered in the Advanced Elliott Wave course so that you can make sense of these complex diagrams. Now, here's an example here. We're in the contracting ending diagonals. The first thing we do is we go through how they're built. We go through a little later on. You'll see I'll add the fibs in here so you can see exactly what fibs they're supposed to hit and what targets. And then later on, we get in the chart and we do real charting examples where we go to the chart and look at how these diagonals or triangles or fib levels or whatever we're going through work. We go through every single thing you want to know so you can understand how to target them, how to spot them, how to understand them, how to trade them. All these things are super important and really make it easier to understand these complex patterns. You can see on the screen, this is really helping the traders in our rooms. They're using this course to understand the market and these complex patterns and make money. But I understand if this is very advanced or you're just getting into Elliott Wave and you want to get started a little differently. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And that's because Elliott knew that the news cycles were garbage and they were simply a catalyst along the way. He knew that key levels mattered and what happened when those key levels held. For instance, the blue box on the NASDAQ that I showed you was extremely important, and what happened when they broke. Knowing those things gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. This course is 25 videos where we go through your introduction, your expectations, the mindset, the KISS method, and why it works. We go through your chart setup and tools, every tool you need to use with Elliott Wave, how to use it, and why we use it. And the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, this course goes through each of the waves, measures them, shows you how to get the fibs, shows you how they work, how they fail, what their key levels are, the trading periods, how you'd use them, theory of alternation, the corrective depth theory, everything you need to know to understand the market in a way that makes sense. As I said earlier, the awesome thing about our educational material is if you don't want to pay any of these prices, it's simply included in your monthly membership. And both rooms come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it, become part of the trading team, interact with me and PT, and make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking it out. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as answer any of your questions on other charts, trading psychology, market psychology, internals, everything we go through. It's a 45-minute call. It's super valuable. And you also get our educational material that I just went through. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade. So we do trade quite often in my rooms. But if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and advanced training, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as futures trading, individual stocks. PT's income trading that I've shown you over the last couple weeks is absolutely killing it. And his reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money. And it's how he structures those trades that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, I can't say it enough. The other people can't say it enough. We'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, the key takeaways for today. We are expecting at some point here between where we are and about 52.95 a pullback. That pullback will either break down in a C wave, which would be impulsive, and come down and probably break into this blue box, or they're going to pull back and hold and move back above the high. And in that case, we would look for new all-time highs to the 5360 to 5400 area. On the NASDAQ, same type of setup. We would be looking for a pullback either in a wave 2 of C, where we would then continue higher into that 18,850 to 19,129 area, or an impulsive move that comes down and breaks the blue box. And in that case, we would look at an intermediate top, or at least an intermediate top being in place. Guys, it's the weekend. Have yourself a drink. Take advantage of our sale. Get out of the house. Get away from the computer. Spend some time with your family. I'm going to the fair. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.